cheaper and everyone will be covered and no one will ever die and it'll be out in 2 weeks.
We're going to have fantastic health care.
So we have a great plan coming out. It's just about completed now. Within 2 weeks.
3 weeks? 4 weeks? 2 weeks?
It might be Sunday, but it's going to be very soon.
I mean, they asked him a question today, and I'm sure if you're of the type of person who just always hates the one team and loves what the other one does, they asked him a question about the crash. They said, will you visit the crash site? Now, every other politician would go, of course, it was a tragedy. And he went, it's the water. What do you want me to do, swim there? You know? And I was like, exactly, fuck right. You're exactly right. It's a stupid question, and you got just the answer you deserve.
You might be thinking, that doesn't sound like Bill Maher, but it is. And the left is completely baffled. In recent episodes, Maher has fiercely criticized woke liberals and Democrats, leaving some media outlets scrambling to contain the fallout. But his response to their outrage shocked everyone. It all began when Maher shared a video featuring a poll that dealt a devastating blow to the Biden administration, shattering its credibility.
And they asked him a question today, and I'm sure if you're of the type of person who just always hates the one team and loves what the other one does, they asked him a question about the crash. They said, will you visit the crash site? Now, every other politician would go, of course, it was a tragedy. And he went, it's the water. What do you want me to do, swim there? You know? And I was like, exactly, fuck right. You're exactly right. It's a stupid question, and you got just the answer you deserve.
And this number surpassed the total from all 3 previous presidents combined. Yet the left still refuses to face reality. But that's not even the most shocking part. Just wait until you see how Bill Maher tackled the topic of abortion and who it might truly affect. You won't believe what Democratic research uncovered.
In the wake of America about to lose abortion rights, the ACLU recently tweeted a list of those who would be disproportionately harmed by this. You would think women might top that list? No, wasn't even on the list. Second on the list was LGBT. Really? Abortion rights affects gay and trans people more than, breeders?
Despite the crisis they've created in our country, they even attempted to pressure all Americans into identifying as LGBTQ+. And pardon me if I misspoke, but last I checked, there were only 2 genders.
Broken down over time, the LGBT population of America seems to be roughly doubling every generation. According to a recent Gallup poll, less than 1% of Americans born before 1946, that's Joe Biden's generation, identify that way. 2.6% of boomers do, 4.2% of Gen X, 10.5% of millennials, and 20.8% of Gen Z. Which means if we follow this trajectory, we will all be gay in 2054.
It might sound like a joke, but it's far from it. With their hidden agenda and financial backing, they were actively pushing for it. But Bill Maher didn't just call them out, he gave them a much-needed lesson in self-reflection. After years as a Democrat, it seems like common sense is finally taking the lead in this country, and maybe it's time.
Now, is wokeness the main reason for the fires? Of course not. But it's also not wrong to associate some of the unforced errors our government made with the things normies see as hallmarks of uber-progressive politics. Questionable budget priorities, high taxes that get you nothing, making everything about identity politics, virtue signaling overseas instead of tending to the nuts and bolts at home. Cali has no shortage of safety commissions and agencies and bureaucrats and regulators, and of course, sign language interpreters who communicate with their face. But common sense, we better get some of that back soon, because wildfires in California are like boob jobs in a strip club. Inevitable, and they're only going to get bigger.
To me, this is the smartest and most genuine statement Bill Maher has ever made. But that was just the beginning. A few days ago, Maher dropped a truth bomb so powerful that even the left was too blind to see it coming.
The good news is, our fire chief is a lesbian. Crowley's official bio says Chief Crowley leads a diverse department, creating, supporting, and promoting a culture that values diversity, inclusion, and equity while striving to meet and exceed the expectations of the communities. Well, You didn't exceed my expectations, which was that the whole city wouldn't burn down. But it's telling that diversity is mentioned twice before we get to while striving to meet expectations. Now, can you do two things at once? Yes. But it matters where your head is. Deputy Chief Kristen Larson said this.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you.
Which would sound kind of racist if a Southern sheriff said it. Who teaches people this bullshit? No one cares what someone looks like when they're pulling you out of a burning house.
I still can't wrap my head around how we got to this point, putting diversity above quality, but Bill Maher didn't stay quiet. He tackled this issue head on, exposing the flaws of the woke agenda and the
I mean, they asked him a question today, and I'm sure if you're of the type of person who just always hates the one team and loves what the other one does, they asked him a question about the crash. They said, will you visit the crash site? Now, every other politician would go, of course, it was a tragedy. And he went, it's the water. What do you want me to do, swim there? You know? And I was like, exactly, fuck right. You're exactly right. It's a stupid question, and you got just the answer you deserve.
Just like that, Bill Maher delivered a harsh reality check. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Click here to watch our latest video.